Right now, hush, little baby, don't you cry. Everything's gonna be alright.
One POV. I was sitting on the sofa waiting, trusting on my fate. I don't really want to marry now, but I can't even do anything now. My dad loved me so much. If I try to run away, he might be upset. So I decide not to. It's not that I don't like the boy, even though he a bit cold, but I know my dad will choose the best out of best for me. But I want to study further as after marriage there are so many restrictions for a girl. Now let's see how my new life will turn out. I looked up and saw my dad with a bright smile. I also smiled a little. No matter what, I won't let my dad image ruined just because of me. He already did so much for me. I'm amazed by my beautiful daughter. Now I'm jealous of your soon to be husband. He is going to get a beautiful girl like you, Pout. I chuckled at his statement. One, Dad, don't be. You have mom. Don't forget. Dad, you're right. Your mother is beautiful, so you are. Tear up. He looked up so the tear won't fall from his eyes. One, Dad, don't cry, or I will cry too. Dad, no, honey, I'm not crying. I'm just so happy that I can't even explain it in words. Now let go, everyone is waiting for you. I nodded and take his hand, and we both went out. After coming in hall, my eyes first went toward the boy I'm going to marry. His name is Jungkook, but why he don't have any expression on his face? Is he also forced in this marriage? Then my father gave my hand in his, while I was just looking down. Dad, son, keep my daughter like a queen. She worth more than your whole properties. My dad say as he owned one of the large company in country. He just nodded and then we walked toward the aisle. After a few seconds, now we are in front of each other. Time skip after marriage. He stopped the car and went outside. I also come out and start admiring the house beauty from outside. Such a beautiful house and I look. Jungkook was going inside. What kind of behavior is this? He should have helped me with this heavy gown. Whatever. I also have like I can go there myself. Then I grabbed the gown and went inside the house. As soon as I come inside, I saw butler maid were bowing at me. I also bowed them back in respect as they were elder than me. My father teach me to always respect elder. Then I asked maid about my roommate. Ma'am, follow me. I'll show you. Wine, just call me Wine. Maid smiled a little and started walking. I also went after her. I get hella shock after I saw the ladder, which was more than I ever studied. Wondered, do I have to climb them to reach my room? Yes, ma'am, just in front ladders. There is your room. Then that maid bow and left. Standing here won't solve anything. Let's go, Wine. I start going up, grabbing my gown after climbing some of them. I started panting as this was so hard for me. Suddenly my legs tripped on my gown and I was about to fall, but I didn't feel any pain. Instead, someone lifted me up, making my breath hitch. I looked at the person. It was none other than Jungkook. Gosh, this man when he is already here? Then why the hell he is not helping me? I thought he already left to his room, but it could at least I didn't broke my bone on my first day of marriage. I was looking at him in shock, but he didn't even bother to look down at me. But then he started taking me up there. He is not that bad. He put me down on bed and started leaving toward washroom. Don't tell me he's going to stay with me in same room. But he don't look like a jerk. He won't force me for anything. That good. This means I can also continue my studies. Suddenly a smile appeared on my face. I decided to ask him again as I am not confirmed. After a few seconds, Jungkook come outside, but he was looking tired. As much as I know, people feel relaxed after bath. He ignored me and went on other side of bed. Then he lay himself there while I was just looking at him dumbfoundedly. What? Hey, I want to say something. He didn't respond, so I asked again and fortunately he replied, Jungkook, what? Why, I want to say that. Can I study further? Jungkook, it's your love. Why are you asking me then? I take it as approval. Cold as. What do you think of himself? Then I get up to fresh myself. After some time I come back and saw he was already asleep. It kinda awkward for me to sleep with him, as I never sleep with any man except my dad. I sighed heavily and lay beside him. I fell asleep in midnight. I wake up as I hear some sobbing voice. I sit back all scared, but I get relief as it was Jungkook instead of any ghost. But why he is crying? Is he having a nightmare? He was saying something. In curiousness, I went near his to listen what he was saying. Mom, so sorry. I will study harder. What kind of dream is it? I was about to move back, but he pulled me by my wrist, which made me land on his chest. There was no space between us. Suddenly he got up. I can see. He was shocked as me. He pushed me away and said, "What the hell were you doing?" "Man, you were sobbing and mumbling something, so I was just listening, but you pulled me." "Jungkook, I solved that problem," he said and put two pillows between us. "Jungkook, now mind your own business. Why you got to be so rude?" He ignored me and again lay himself. This was enough to make my anger grow. No one ever dared to ignore me. I forget him again and again, but now this is too much. I stand up from bed and went to other side of bed where he was sleeping. Now I stand in front of him while folding my arm. He opened his eyes and looked at me and turned toward other side. I grab his arm and make him turn toward me. He sit back and say, "Jungkook, what the matter with you?" shout. "Why, I should ask that. You have been ignoring me since the evening. You didn't even talk properly to me. What do you think of yourself?" I said in one breath while closing my eyes. I open them and say, "Jungkook, why do you want me to talk to you? I'm nothing important to anyone. Please stop it." He said and get up from bed, making me flinchy. Start coming closer to me. I start moving back, regretting for saying that, but I got stopped as my back got touched by a wall. He put his both hands on my both sides while I was just looking down. "Jungkook, don't you dare to interfere in my life again, or I don't know what I will do with you," he said, coming near my ear. Then he moved back and left from the room. I fell on floor as my leg was shivering due to scaredness. He is such a scary man, or something is going up with him. Next day, I get up as someone was shaking me. I look up and saw a young lady. I guess she is one of the maids as her dress is same as other. "Miss, why are you sleeping here?" When he said that, I realized I fell asleep on floor last night thinking about him. "Why, what time is it?" "It's 7 o'clock." "I see, I still have time to go to college. Can I ask you something?" "Miss, you can ask anything. You don't need to take my permission." "Why, about Jungkook. Why he is like that? You mean his behavior? He's same when I start working here. You should ask head maid about this. Why, where can I find her?" "She will be in garden watering the plant." "Now, miss, please go get dressed up and come down to have breakfast." I nodded and left to washroom. After changing my clothes, I directly come toward yard, not eating the breakfast. Here I saw old lady staring at plant. I went and sit beside her. She looked at me and started getting up to bow to me, but I stopped her and made her sit again. "Why, I want to ask you something about maid, about Jungkook, right?" I nodded. Then she smiled a bit. "Maid, Miss Vine, if you want to, then listen." Jungkook was also used to be a bubbly kid back then. But after her mother accident, she get hospitalized. Her mother behavior get absolutely changed. She start to force Jungkook to get good grade. And if he even get till 1 mark less, she would beat that kid mercilessly. Jungkook used to love her mother so much, but after changing in her behavior, he get depressed. He usually get faint when he see her. He start thinking no one love him. He start staying alone in his room. The loved one has got erased from his life. That child has suffered so much. He attempted suicide so many times, but fortunately he used to get saved every time. But those things affect him too much that he become ill from depression. He sometimes even get anxiety attack. Only true love can make him like before. Gosh, I'm again crying so. Listening to her tears start dropping from my eyes. He has suffered so much. I think wrong of him. Can I be his cure? "Maid, Miss Vine, please save Jungkook. If he again attempt to kill himself, maybe no one will able to save him, not even his father. I know you can do this, please, ma'am." Now I was eating breakfast while staring at him as I didn't eat it before. I can't even imagine he has been suffering that much. More horror thing is, He get beaten by his mom. I come out from my thought as he say, focus on your food instead on me and after breakfast changed into something good. We are going on shopping. Shopping? But I have plenty of clothes to wear. Jungkook, this type of clothes, right? He said pointing toward my clothes. I like to wear clothes like this. When I said that, he get up and say, Jungkook, I'll be waiting for you outside. Control one, don't get mad easily. I come outside wearing this. Jungkook POV. I look up from my phone outside the window. I saw why and suddenly my heart started beating fastly. What kind of feeling is this? What? Is something wrong with me? This is the first time I'm feeling like this. I start feeling pain in my head. I start recalling my old memories. I grab my hat with one hand and with other hand I take out the pill from my pocket to eat them but they fell cause my hand was shaking badly. One POV. I was a little far away from car but I ran toward it. When I saw Jungkook grabbing his hat, I opened the door and asked, Wine, are you alright? He didn't speak but pulled me in a hug. Jungkook, Mom, don't beat me. Crying. I tried to distance myself, but he hugged me more tightly, leaving no space between us. He was crying endlessly. Soon he calmed down and left me. I looked at him. His eyes were red due to crying so much. Wine, don't cry again, alright? I won't let anyone hurt you again. I'm here. Smile. When I said that, he was just looking at me. I pat his head. Wine, you shift aside. I drive. Just tell me the destination. He do as I say like an obedient child. Then I sit in car and start driving. Jungkook, how did you know? Wine, I asked had mean. Jungkook sighing, she don't know how to keep quiet. Wine, don't say it like this. She is elder than us. Jungkook, do you pity me? Wine, no. Jungkook, then why did you went to ask her? Wine, it's not like you. You don't talk that much. Jungkook, don't change the topic. Wine, I like you. Jungkook, huh? You what? Shock. Wine, I don't like to repeat one thing again. Yes, I start liking him since I first saw him, but after knowing about his past, he has suffered so much. My love for him has increased. He didn't let anyone know what is going up inside him. He faced all problem himself till now. He is so strong, but from now I will keep him safe and make him a lovely person again. I come outside after taking the dress, finding Jungkook, but I got stopped at my place as I saw Jungkook standing near crossing path. He started moving forward, the bag fell from my hand. I ran toward him before he could move further. The car was coming from other side, but unfortunately I grabbed him and pulled him with me, which made me fall. I hissed in pain as I got wound due to fall, but I managed to stand. Then I looked toward Jungkook, who was looking at me, tearing up. Wine, are you alright? Worried. Jungkook, why? Why the hell are you trying to save me? You would have died because of me. You get wound because of me, but you are still asking if I am alright. Don't love me, Wine. You will end up hurting yourself, crying hardly. Wine, I told you not to cry, right? I get up with all my strength and went to him and hugged him. Wine, don't you dare to do such thing again. Jungkook nodded and suddenly he picked me up in his arm and said, Jungkook, you are injured. Let's go back. I will treat your wound. Author POV. Days went like this. Jungkook fully get cured by wine love. He also start loving her. He decided to propose her in his garden as it was her favorite place. Wine come in the garden as Jungkook called her. She gets surprised as soon she entered. There are so many balloons start flying in the sky. Then Jungkook come in front of her. He kneel down in front of her and say, Wine, will you be with me till my last breath? I love you. You are the best thing which ever happened in my life. Without you I may have died by now. She was so shocked that he didn't utter a word. Jungkook, what happened? Why not answering? Why? And shook her head as no. No, it was not that. I was just surprised. I also love you, Jungkook. Jungkook stand up and tightly hug Wine.